Hello, my name is Fehintola Foluso-Onagoruwa, born in the late 60s in the city of Abeokuta in the southwest of Nigeria, into a polygamous family of 16 children. I was actually the 9th born. And then I finished my school cert at the age of 15. As I turned 16, my mother retired as a teacher, and 6 months after her retirement, she passed on. That was my first experience with illness and death. 2 years after her death, her gratuity was paid to us. She worked with Ogun State government as a teacher for several years. In 1986, we were paid her gratuity, and it was a whopping 15,000 naira. She left 6 children. And then I started thinking, I was already in my final year in the School of Nursing, Ijebu-Ode. And so I stood outside and I felt, is this all about working for somebody? It does not matter who your employer is. The issue is that you have a limited income, and your income may never be enough to pay for your dreams. As a teenager, at age 18, I took a decision that I was not going to allow an employer take all of my time. While I was in the final year in the School of Nursing in Ijebu-Ode, the Nigerian Air Force went around the whole country to recruit nursing cadets. Out of 60 of us interviewed, I happened to be the last person to be interviewed. I was the first to be handpicked. Only 2 of us were admitted out of 60. It was supposed to be a promising career. We were enrolled, and we later went on for military training for about 9 months. Very challenging training. I actually looked forward to building a beautiful career. On the way, after spending about 6+ years, I looked around me and I saw that because we had no financial education, like many of us, we were not taught how to budget our income. I had no savings. We collect our salary, which was very good at that time, because 5 of us are actually nurses amongst my father's children. I happened to be the youngest, but I was well paid, more than the others. So nobody saw the reason for my restlessness. They thought it was just child's play or youthful exuberance. But in 1992, we closed from work one day, and then they distributed retirement letters to all my senior officers, and those were the ones that came to recruit us. And I looked around me and said, so if I stay here for 30 years, this is how it will end. I took a decision, realizing today that life is all about taking decisions. I took a decision to be the architect of my own life. I choose to live a life by design. I choose to accept 100% responsibility for where I want to get to in life. Life, my friend, is all about choices. What do you want? I took that decision 22 years ago plus. That was in 1993. After asking myself this question: if I continue on this road that I'm traveling now, where exactly will it take me? Life is in 3 phases. There's 0 to 25, when we all go to school or learn a trade, preparing for adult life. And then there's 26 to 60, referred to as our active and earning years. Those years we are expected to pay our bills. But I'm bothered about the 3rd phase of life, and that is 60 and above, called our retirement years. Will you be an asset or a liability? I decided to take my destiny in my hands. I decided to ask myself questions, and so I agreed with myself that remaining an employee will not help me to achieve my dreams. Hence, I took a bow out. And in March 1993, I took a decision. I did not know what next to do. The only thing I know is that the road I was traveling will not get me to my desired destination. And so 22 years down, I have been an entrepreneur. I have learned on the job. I have been mentored by many. And today, I'm bold to say that I have the opportunity and the grace to mentor many too. I'm almost 48, and I can look back and laugh at life's experiences. I tried my hands on several entrepreneurial areas. I learned what will work. I learned what will not work. At a point, I even went back to my father to borrow money, and he refused. But help came through somebody I'm not related to, but who believed in me. So if you think that the road will be rosy, my friend, it may never be. All things will not be in place. You have to take the first step, and then things will begin to respond to your faith. Today, I can teach from my experiences. Today, I have built a lasting legacy. While my mother died early, my father, on the other hand, lived to be 90 and a half. The day he turned 90, he opened his 12th building. All the buildings are in Abeokuta, where I grew up. I tell you today, we're not making even 1 million naira from all the 12 houses as rent per month. And that has taught me another lesson. My father was self-employed for the second 45 years of his life. He was an employee for the first 45 years. He actually served in the Nigerian police force. He retired at the age of 45 and was self-employed, a trader and an investor for another 45 years. But I tell you today, I have learned my lessons by observing the people around me, and then by reading many books and the lives of many around me. Who is Fehintola today? Fehintola is that person that can also show you how to make your journey shorter. Fehintola is that person. She's a mother, she's a married woman, happily married for that matter. And I can tell you today that at almost 48, I have built a better legacy than what my father built for 90 years. Hence today, we can mentor you in 4 to 5 years to build a legacy for your generations that will end poverty for life. The Yorubas will say, Ironometaki Itoshi, that is 3 generations does not suffer. But I tell them that today, due to ignorance, many generations are suffering, and they can suffer unless the light is shown on one of them. Today, I have come with that light to show you, because ignorance has been the bane of many families. 30, 40 years ago, there are many rich people around us that were wealthy, stupendously wealthy. Today, we don't even hear their names again. What worked yesterday are not working today. We have so much technology around us, and then robots have taken over the production line. So many things have changed around us. But it's a bit difficult for some of us here, particularly in Africa, to change. But we also need to catch up. I came across a write-up by a Professor Koas, a write-up he did in 1931. Surprisingly, it is coming to pass over 80 years later. It is called The Nature of the Firm. He explained the reason why we used to have large organizations in those days. That was because there was no internet, there was no phone services, There was no overnight delivery, no FedEx and all of that. So every part of a manufacturing process had to be done in the same place. So the person that, for instance, if you're producing a car, somebody produces the steering wheel, somebody works on the tire, somebody did the door. Everybody has to be in the same place to get the car together. But today, you can actually produce the door in Nigeria, produce the steering wheel in China, you have the windscreen from New York, and then it is coupled together in South Africa. Overnight, everybody delivers. And so, a lot of organizations are falling apart. More will still fall apart. That the man won the Nobel Prize for a write-up done in 1931. There is a need for us to update our information. There is a need for us to know that today there is what we call the performance economy. Today, nobody cares about your certificate. It does not matter how many you have. What they are interested in, what your employer is interested in, is your performance. What values are you bringing to the table? Who are you and what do you offer? It's not more about whether you have 9 PhDs. It's about the fact that you can lead yourself and you can add value and deliver. So today, we are operating the performance economy. That means whether you have gone to school or not, you can actually upgrade your knowledge and you can be of value. That's why today you find a graduate of chemistry working in the banking industry, going on to pass ICANN, ACCA, and banking professional exams, and rising to become an ED in a bank. It is happening. Today, if you go for a job interview, they ask you questions relevant to your field, and suddenly somebody chips in and say, hey, putting aside your certificate, if we give you this job and this situation arises, what will you do? What do you think they're looking for? Your values, your personal development, who you have become. What solutions are you bringing to the table? A lot of jobs will still be lost. Some are being lost now. More will be lost. I'm not predicting doom. I'm just being realistic. And I'm preparing your mind for what is coming. The era of relying on one source of income is gone. Today, you must develop a second and a third and a fourth stream. What are you doing with your time? Most of the time, we've been brought up with a wrong mindset. We only think that the only solution is to be an employee somewhere. No, that era is gone. Today, you must stop to waste your time. You must stop to spend your time. You must learn to invest your time. How many hours in a day do we have? 24? That's what everybody has. But a lot of people, particularly in our environment, waste their time. You have an 8-hour job, you get home, what do? You simply fuel your generator and sit in front of the television and you're watching either the football for men or African magic and all of that for ladies. There is time for everything. There is a need for us to determine where we want to get to. We should stop blaming everybody and everything around us for wherever we find ourselves. Your life today is a result of the decisions you took yesterday. Therefore, wherever you will be tomorrow will be the result of the decisions you will take today. My friend, I now enjoy telling people to be responsible for their lives because you alone determines where you will get to. What about our health? So today, Fehintola is interested in raising healthy millionaires. Why? There is this generation called the baby boomers. Those were people born between 1946 and 1964. We can all see today that they are the richest in the world. They are the richest. But most of them, in their bid to make money, as they work hard, they push themselves, they stretch themselves, some of them, even most of them, lose their health. Today, we're interested in helping you succeed in life without losing your health. It has become very important. So today, we are also into wellness. We mentor people as a coach. We help you to design your lifestyle to avoid stress or teach you how to handle the stress you come with. There are the 7 pillars of health. We have seminars like Health by Design. Who do you want to be at age 60? Would you want to be a grandma that your children will want to visit? Or will you be a demanding grandma that everybody is looking after? At 60, will you be an asset or a liability? There are so many things we're doing today that we need to ask ourselves, where will it take me to? In our environment, there are so many uncompleted buildings. Why? People don't make money first. The little money they start to make, they're interested in building a personal house. It's a topic for discussion because most accountants will tell you that the house you live in is an asset. My dear, the house you live in is a liability. Whatever takes money away from your pocket is a liability, not an asset. So there are so many things we need to know. We need to work on our mindset. We need to live a focused life. We need to know where we're going and then stop being distracted, focus on where we're going. Today, Fehintola is a motivational speaker, a wellness coach, a mother, a wife, a team leader, and a mentor to many. Thank you very much. To learn more, please visit my website, www.ffonagoruwa.com, and follow me on social media as displayed on your screen. Thank you.